When it comes to gaming mice, you're really talking about tools that can change the feel of every single match you play. The right mouse doesn't just move your crosshair, it becomes an extension of your hand, translating every micro adjustment into precise on-screen control. Whether you're aiming for competitive esports performance, a balance of work and play, or something ultra-light for lightning-fast flicks, the mouse you choose matters. And with wireless technology now so advanced that latency differences are practically imperceptible, you don't have to worry about sacrificing performance for freedom of movement. In this roundup, I've pulled together some of the most capable wireless gaming mice you can get right now, and you'll find all the links in the video description. Let's dive in. Starting with the Logitech G-Pro X Superlight. 2 light speed, this is essentially the distilled essence of Logitech's competitive mouse design. At just 60 grams, it's so light you'll genuinely double-check that you're holding something, like picking up your phone and realizing it's not in the case anymore. The new Hero 2 sensor offers an impressive 32,000 dpi, but the real magic is in how stable and consistent it feels, even when you whip it across the pad during frantic firefights. Logitech's Lightspeed. Wireless technology keeps latency virtually non-existent, and the refined click mechanism feels crisp without being fatiguing, even during marathon sessions. While it doesn't offer the button-rich experience of something like the G502X Plus, we'll get to later, that's intentional. This is built for competitive FPS and Battle Royale players who want the fastest, cleanest connection between brain and aim. The only real compromise is the absence of RGB flare, but that's a deliberate weight-saving choice. Imagine being in a high-pressure Valorant round where you've got milliseconds to line up a headshot. This is the kind of mouse that disappears from your mind, letting your aim take over. Shifting to the Razer DeathAdder Phi 3 Pro, you get a very different ergonomic story. This mouse retains the iconic DeathAdder shape that's been a comfort staple for years, but now it's lighter than ever at 63 grams and driven by Razer's Focus Pro 30K optical sensor. It delivers flawless tracking, and the second-generation optical switches are both rapid and immune to double-click issues. This one is a dream for palm grippers who still want esports-grade responsiveness, and its battery life, up to 90 hours, is noticeably ahead of the Superlight 2. That extra endurance means you can go a full week of gaming without even thinking about charging, something the Viper V2 Pro doesn't quite match. That said, it's less ambidextrous friendly compared to the Viper, so it's aimed squarely at right-handed players who know exactly how they like to hold their mouse. Picture yourself playing through a sprawling open-world RPG for hours on end. Your hand stays relaxed, your aim stays steady, and the DeathAdder just keeps delivering. Unlike the Superlight 2, which feels almost weightless, the DeathAdder gives you a little more presence in hand, which some players prefer for precise tracking in long, sweeping aim corrections. Now, if you want something that bridges precision aiming with versatile control options, the Logitech GG502X Plus Lightspeed is an absolute workhorse. This is the mouse you pick if you want your gaming mouse to also feel like a productivity powerhouse. It's heavier at 106 grams, but that weight is put to good use, packing 13 programmable controls, a dual-mode scroll wheel, and rich RGB lighting. The Hero 25K sensor here is no slouch either, delivering tracking accuracy on par with the best. While it's not quite as nimble feeling as the Superlight 2 or Viper Vi2 Pro in Twitch-heavy FPS games, it makes up for it in sheer functionality. Compared to the SteelSeries Aerox 5 Wireless, the G502X Plus has a denser, more premium feel, and a scroll wheel that's a joy to use for both browsing and weapon switching. If you jump between gaming and video editing, or you like having dedicated macros for your most used in-game actions, this mouse turns into a command center at your fingertips. You might not win an aim duel against a Viper V2 Pro player in a lightning-fast flick, but in a game where quick access to extra abilities or inventory is key, the G502 gives you tools they can only dream of. Speaking of speed-focused minimalism, the Razer Viper V2 Pro is almost the philosophical opposite of the G502. At just 58 grams, it's even lighter than the Superlight 2, and with its symmetrical shape, It's a go-to for both left and right-handed players. Razer's focus. Pro 30K sensor matches the DeathAdder V3 Pro for raw precision, but the Viper's flatter, lower-profile body encourages faster wrist flicks and more aggressive repositioning. Battery life is solid at up to 80 hours, though it skips RGB entirely to keep weight down. Compared to the Superlight 2, it feels just a hair quicker in hand thanks to its slightly flatter shape, making it a top pick for claw or fingertip grip styles. Imagine a high-stakes Overwatch match where you're constantly darting your aim from one flank to the other. This is where the Viper feels like it's reading your mind. And unlike the DeathAdder, which wants your hand to rest on it like a couch, the Viper is more like a racing seat, snug, efficient, and built for speed. Finally, the SteelSeries Aerox 5 Wireless is where things get a little more adventurous. Its honeycomb shell keeps the weight at 74 grams, and it packs 9 programmable buttons in a design that's more flexible than the stripped-down esports mice. The TrueMove Air sensor provides competitive-grade accuracy, and the hybrid wireless connection means you can swap between 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth, depending on your setup. It's also water-resistant, which is a rare bonus, and the RGB lighting shines through the perforated shell in a way that's just plain cool. While it's not as featherlight as the Superlight 2 or Viper V2 Pro, it's far more versatile in genres like MOBAs or strategy games where extra buttons are a tactical advantage. Compared to the G502X Plus, the Aerox feels airier and more agile, though it doesn't match the same level of mechanical heft or scroll wheel refinement. Picture a late-night gaming session where you're hopping between a League of Legends ranked match and editing a video. This mouse handles both without breaking stride, and it can even survive the occasional spilled drink. It's the kind of mouse that says, "Yes, I game, but I also sometimes eat noodles at my desk." Looking across the lineup, the direct comparisons are telling. The Superlight 2 and Viper V2 Pro are locked in a battle for the purest speed and lightness. The choice comes down to shape, preference, and grip style. The DeathAdder Vi3 Pro matches their performance but trades minimalism for superior comfort in long sessions. The G502X Plus outclasses the Aerox 5, wireless in premium build and scroll wheel quality, but the Aerox hits back with a lighter feel and water resistance. Even in battery life, we see interesting splits. The DeathAdder takes the crown, the Viper and Aerox are close behind, and the Superlight 2 prioritizes shaving grams over stretching the battery. In summary, if your priority is competitive FPS performance with nothing to get in the way, the Logitech G Pro X Superlight, 2 Lightspeed, and Razer Viper V2 Pro are your go-to picks. For those who prefer a larger, more supportive shape without losing competitive tracking, the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro is the one to grab. If you need maximum customization and don't mind extra weight, the Logitech GG502X Plus Lightspeed is unmatched, while the SteelSeries Aerox 5 Wireless is ideal for gamers who want a balance of lightweight, extra buttons, and durability. All the product links are in the description, and if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next round of gear reviews. Because the next time you lose a match, I want you blaming your strategy, not your mouse.